Ladies and gentlemen, dudes and dudettes, people have searched for the secret of life, the secret of happiness, the secret? And now today, we search for the secret of the ooze, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Cowabunga dude!
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk, we talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's Guilty Movie Pleasures.
Oh yes, guilty movie pleasure fans, do we have a treat for you? Have we have a treat for you? That's almost what I said. Do we have a treat for you? And we also have a treat for ourselves, courtesy of Zach over here. Look at this. Hey, usually behind the scenes, now in front of the scenes.
I do have a physical form. I'm Zach Wilson.
He's not just a disembodied voice. Zach Wilson is subbing in for Cameron this week, who is too fancy. I almost called him like Cameron.
Just call me the new camshaft.
The new at the new camshaft on Twitter. Come on, Steven. We got Steven in the booth. He's going to be mixing all the ones and twos all day for you. Today we are talking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Secret of the Ooze. And we debated this, Cameron and I, before he bailed on me, about doing the 1991 or this one. And my thing was that, and we talked about this a little bit too, is that the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990 is actually a genuinely good movie.
Yeah.
I know this because I watched the first 40 minutes again after watching this ridiculously awesome cheese fest of greatness.
You keep talking. I'm going to eat pizza.
Yeah, please do. Oh, yeah. Zach brought pizza, so we're going to eat that during the show. Because that's the only way is with pizza, dude. It has the 4 fruit groups in there. It's got grains. It's got milk. It's got, I think that was in the first one. Fruit. Everything. So, yeah, I thought that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Secret of the Ooze is just sillier. And, I meant to look this up. Steven, if you can find proof of this, I think I remember them saying that that parental committees or whatever had said that the first one was too violent. And that's why, if you notice in this, they never use their weapons except Donatello, and he's always doing the chalk like it's a pool cue. But Raph never brings out his sais. Leonardo brings out his swords for a second to shove him into the ceiling and kick a guy. But that's it. He never uses his swords.
Yeah, the only thing
and Michelangelo never uses his nunchucks. He just uses cold cuts. Which we have that sound clip. Can we play? Sorry, I'm making you do 100 things, Steven. Can we play combat cold cuts?
Combat cold cuts!
Like, that's how the movie starts. He has perfectly good nunchucks right here, but instead, combat
cold cuts!
Why? Stupid parents.
Yeah, and the only thing
Raphael
stabs with his size is a piece of pizza.
That's it. Nothing. It's so sad.
I didn't even notice that.
I was very aware.
But now
I was very aware the whole time.
Oh my god.
Every time, even in the fight with Toka.
Damn you, parental advisory groups.
This happened a lot. Kids, you don't understand. Because before, like, the internet and the lack of being able to censor anything, parents would get uppity about stuff. And they do occasionally now still.
They don't get uppity now?
They still do. But nobody cares anymore. Like, I don't feel like anybody actually gives them any... Sometimes. I don't care.
Yeah, we can not care all we want.
I don't care. But I feel like it actually like affected things. Like when Mortal Kombat came out, people were furious, and that's why the game's rating board started, was mainly because of Mortal Kombat on Sega Genesis. It's just like people went nuts, and the Turtles were so violent. And I remember my parents just being like, they're Ninja Turtles. Who cares? Who cares?
It's not like the first one was bloody.
No.
It's not like they sliced people's heads off.
No.
As you generally would think you would do when
With
ninja
swords.
clans are fighting with swords and very
Well,
sharp
that's why in the
weapons.
game the Foot Clan exploded, because
Yep.
they could justify exploding
And in
androids.
The cartoon, I think they were androids too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So anyways, we're here for The Secret of the Ooze, which when I first saw this, it blew my mind. I remember, because when this came out in 91, I think it's 91, Vanilla Ice was so cool to me. Vanilla Ice, I was like,
That was
yes.
that was your takeaway from this movie?
And Toka and Razor, I thought, were like, oh man, they're so awesome. They get to fight actual creatures this time. And just the ninja, I remember just being like, go ninja, go, all the time. This movie was my jam. The first one I recognized even, there you go. He just does this. The whole time, this weird little.
But did you
you
see Vanilla Ice when he came out for the premiere of the new TMNT 2? It's one of the saddest videos I've ever seen.
I gotta look this up.
He comes out, this audience that has no idea what's happening, and he's just like coercing them into going, go ninja, go, with 3, not 4, but only 3 turtles around him. They were the classic turtle costumes, which made me happy.
That's awesome.
But
But
like,
why did they
were
not-
missing one?
Which one were they missing? Raph? He's a lone wolf.
I don't think so.
We'll get into that.
But
But Raphael is totally the Wolverine of the Ninja Turtles, where
Yes.
he's just moody, and I like him. I like him.
He wanders off for
He
no
just- he's
reason.
like, I'm out of here. I'm going to get the first one confused because I watched it right after this, but it's fine. So when did you first see this? I mean, you're substantially younger than me, so you probably saw it on VHS.
I mean, I was like 4 years old when I saw this. So yes, I had the VHS that I like watched
I was
time
9.
and time again.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with the Turtles as a kid.
How could you not be?
Like I had the Turtles kazoo.
What?
Like they had, because there were concerts with
oh.
the Turtles in costumes, and they like it came with a kazoo.
But it was a normal sounding kazoo, but with a turtle something
Branding
on
on
it. Okay.
it.
Did any of you guys have like the golden ninja armor that you like attached to the toys?
Oh yeah.
That was
yeah.
like the coolest stuff
yeah.
ever because you
there
could
were
like mix
all the
and match it.
disguises.
My favorite toy, and it's in my parents' basement somewhere, is like the skateboard that if you lean it back, the foot comes up and kicks in front of it.
What?
It has a
I don't
fan on
have
the back of
that.
it for some reason.
I don't have that. I still have all these to this day, and I can't wait to get them out someday when I have more space, which will be never in California. But I still have the sewer playset. I still have the turtle van. I still have all the Ninja Turtles. I have when Raphael's in the trench coat, kind of like in the first movie
Nice.
when he's like Detective Raphael.
Yeah,
Oh, it's so fun. I
I had
have
that one.
so many of them. I've Krang. Oh, I can't wait.
This movie, though, I think as a kid, like now I would say the first one is probably
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
my favorite just because it's such a good movie.
Yeah.
But as a kid, this one, like Secret of the
think
Ooze
so.
was like my jam.
I think so because this one doesn't. I remember as a kid being bored with the farm, like kind of like meditative state that they go into, where they have that whole like 10-minute, 15-minute section in the first one. Where I remember thinking it was boring as a kid. Now I think it's really cool.
They have to actually like grow. As,
Yeah,
as
and this
people.
one they're just like, we're silly teenagers. We're just
Let's fight the other mutants.
How do we find a new home? Whoa! I just fall into it.
Cold cuts.
Yeah, exactly. And that opening
gonna eat
sequence,
some
like,
pizza while we talk.
just that opening sequence put like such a dumb smile on my face.
It's so fun.
Just like even
God, I
just
haven't
seeing
eaten Pizza Hut. This is the first job I ever had was at Pizza Hut Pizza, and I haven't eaten this in like 10 years. So let's hope I don't.
I mean, Pizza Hut, they were sponsored by the Turtles. Or
they didn't sponsor
the
us
Turtles
today,
were
so-
sponsored by Pizza Hut, I should say.
That's surprisingly delicious. Keep
Yeah.
going. What were you
Yeah,
saying?
wait an hour. You will regret that decision.
It's very greasy.
But like just watching that opening sequence it's just such just dense nostalgia for me. Just like the moment where he's just like Donatello's like I don't know why. It's just the funniest, dumbest thing ever.
It's so silly. I've also learned it's silly to try and eat and do a podcast. So that was a fun little bite, but we're gonna move on from that, and I'll eat it after. Keep talking about that while I chew this. This is terrible. Whose idea was this, Zach?
No, I mean like just the movie just builds it embraces the silliness
Yeah.
of the Turtles,
Oh, yeah.
which like that's the thing. There's two different ways to take this property.
Yeah.
There's the dark, like gritty, like this is the Turtles and they're
Michael
violent.
Bay.
Yeah, the Michael Bay take. Although actually,
They're
there's
silly.
a lot of silliness
They're
in the
super-
Michael Bay
and
versions.
I'm seeing the second one tomorrow, but I didn't hate the first reboot. I thought that everything with the Turtles was fun. I thought everything else was awful. though.
Yeah, exactly. The
and
last
I don't like
one,
Megan
yeah.
Fox's April. Paige Turco. Can we talk about her who plays April O'Neil in this?
Oh, is
As
that
a
her name?
kid,
Okay.
I had such a crush on her, and I was like
As you
9 or
should.
10, and I bought like the magazine, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like souvenir magazine, and she was front cover, and I just remember staring at her like, oh my god, I'm too young to understand what else to do with this, but she's so beautiful.
You're saying like I don't know why, but I really like this cover.
Yes, I don't understand. I do wish that they still had her yellow jacket like they have in the first movie.
Yeah,
that bummed
but,
me out.
like-
That she just had like shoulder pads this entire movie. She looks like a really attractive linebacker. Like she's the sexiest linebacker I've ever
I
seen.
get why they would get rid. It was like at least they had it in one movie. But like I get like you gotta move on. It's 1991.
Guys, it's 91. The 80s are at least a year and a half behind us. Because it didn't come out at the end of 91. The one thing that I do want to get into the plot. The biggest gripe I have about this movie is no Casey Jones. Because Casey Jones to this day You watch the first movie, Elias Koteas, I think is how you say his name. He is awesome in that. He is really good, and that's where I don't think the other guy, as much as I like him on Arrow, he's not going to live up to Elias. I mean, he's so good as Casey Jones. He's the gold standard of like bad boy that is still cool for kids.
That's probably why he wasn't in this movie. He was too cool for the parental advisory
He
groups.
was way too violent in the first one.
Oh yeah, he'd drive his hockey stick into the back of your spine.
Yeah, he does not mess around. I'm going to try and do something crazy today on the show and not swear as much, just in case we have any youngsters watching, since it is a PG movie, but who knows? Maybe I will swear.
Yes, there's so many children who are like, yes, the 1990 Turtles.
There's so many children tuning in right now.
They're like 7 years old. I was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan before these new reboot movies.
Yes, I liked them back in their Nickelodeon CGI animated days.
The new animated series are a little bit too much for me.
They're too. I don't even know. I don't even know what they look like. But I do want to say, I don't know if you can see this, but I love that this DVD case is shaped like a pizza box, and it has fake grease stains on the back.
Brilliant.
And then when you open it, the discs are pizzas. How awesome is that?
Are those like armbands?
I think so. I think it's like a headband or something, or like a skull
man.
cap. You know, for whenever I want to go skateboarding or something.
Better have eye holes.
I think it does, actually. I think it does. We'll try it. We'll try it out. We'll figure this out at some point. So now we're gonna do the plot in under 3 minutes, and then we're gonna get into oh my god, there's sound clips for days in this. Look at how many I had to cross out. You'll see I had to cross out like 6 on each page because I had like 30 sound clips, and I'm like, we're gonna have an entire show of sound clips. So let's do the plot in under 3 minutes, and then we'll get this. We'll get these plot holes started. Ready?
There's a lot of pressure being on this side.
3, 2, 1.
All right, so it starts off with basically what the hell? How does it start? Oh, the guy, the pizza delivery kid, and then he's the only person on the street that notices that there's all these electronics being shoved into a van, and he goes down there and he kicks the crap out of a few of them, and then like 30 show up, and he's like, uh-oh, how do I do this? And this is pretty much how he talks the entire movie. And then the turtles show up and all the fun stuff that you already talked about, the and the cold cut combo, or nunchucks, whatever, and they're all fighting each other. They get rid of them, they're like, yeah, we're so cool. They go visit April O'Neil. They're like, hey, April, you're still super hot. Hey, Shredder, or hey, Splinter, we gotta find a new place. And then
what do they do? They go up on the roof, and Splinter's just like meditating.
Yeah.
He makes Raph and Mikey do backflips.
Yep.
Or no, he makes Raph and Leo do backflips, and then Mikey fakes them.
Yeah, he fakes him. He gets in trouble. They find out that April's interviewing somebody about the scientist guy about the cleanup. They're doing a cleanup
TGRI,
about TGRI, which I always thought was TGIF.
They're cleaning up the scene, and then like the camera guy, but we know April's like good friends with him, but he's new, and that's all shifty.
He's
So he sneaks behind everything, and he
Tells the
discovers
Foot Clan.
the giant daffodils.
Yeah, I thought it was a sunflower.
Which he can identify just from smelling it.
When he went off stage, he probably rubbed it on his face and was like, "Oh, yellow, it's daffodil." Anyways, so then he goes and tells the Foot Clan, "Hey, listen, we found out where the Ooze is." And boom, you find out Shredder's alive, and you're like, "Oh!" And he's got this new kind of like jagged thing, and then Tatsu's still like, "Ooh, ooh," and that's all he says throughout the entire movie. Then they're like, "We're only looking for revenge." They go kidnap the scientist. They make him do this big experiment with a wolf and a snapping turtle. They become Toka and Razor, and then the turtles find out about this, and they go and they.
Splinter's all mad. I mean,
Splinter's mad.
like Shredder's mad because they're babies. So he's like, "This is terrible," and then he makes them fight the turtles anyway, and they're way stronger. They're just tossing the turtles like they're rag dolls,
and then they escape. But just by the skin of their teeth, right? They get out of there by like a hatch.
They like slip through a manhole cover and like they run away.
To find a sewer where no one else can follow.
Thank God, Razor is just a little too big to fit through, and they tickle his feet.
Yep. And then they find their new hideout, which is in an abandoned subway station, which they just happen upon. And then from there, they get called out again. Shredder's like, "We're gonna make a big scene." So they go and wreck a bunch of stuff that looks like it's on the Fox lot, which it is. It's this one street that's very
have fun.
Mama said, "Have fun," and then they crash and burn everything. And then they go down. They go to throw down, and they throw down in this warehouse parking lot. Oh god, okay, I'm just gonna take it home. They throw down this warehouse parking lot. They try and get him to eat these donuts that are filled with this
the magical ice cubes
anti-mutagen, but they're like, no, but they only get a little bit of it in. Then they realize, they keep burping because they need CO2, so they get the fire extinguishers, crash, they fall into this Vanilla Ice concert that just happens to be going on right next to this battleground with the Foot Clan, and then they're fighting, go ninja, go, they put the CO2 in there, and then they do the electric guitar, and then Shredder somehow explodes and flies out, then he becomes Super Shredder, and then he just hits the bridge and it falls on him, then the turtle's like, "We did it, yeah, let's go hang out with April O'Neil, woo, cowabunga, dude." We covered almost everything.
Yeah, that's a lot harder than it looks.
It is. It's very hard.
I always make fun of you guys. I'm like, you guys
didn't know what's going on. It's hard because then you start to think, wait, what happened where? What, huh?
Then you're like, wait, we skipped that thing, and then it's like...
You want to go back. You're like, oh, no, wait. But yeah, this movie, the thing that I find the funniest about this movie and movies in the 90s is that most of the things that happen in this couldn't happen in any movie now without people going, what? Like, I know I'm jumping way ahead, but just as an example, when they plug in the electric guitar and he's holding the girl hostage, and their way to defeat him is to hit a chord really hard. The speaker blows up. The girl is fine, but Shredder goes flying through the window. And then
they Marty McFly it.
Yeah.
And
I'll get to Super Shredder later.
Wins.
I don't want to shoot my...
Oh, there's a lot to talk about.
There's so much to talk about. So basically, we'll just let's get into this. Let's get into
before we get into it.
Oh yeah. Hey, you know what? We couldn't do this for free. We couldn't do the show for free if we didn't have sponsors. So we're going to take a quick break, have a word from our sponsors, aka Zach over here, because I was too lazy to read it. Go, Zach.
Well, I am not the sponsor, but our sponsor today is The Last Star. So, guys, what if today was the last normal day of your life?
What?
Cassie Sullivan thought she knew what tomorrow would bring, but she was wrong. We were all wrong.
No.
The first wave took our power, killing 500,000 people. The second wave put that number to shame with tsunamis that destroyed everyone within 100 miles of the ocean. Goodbye, coastal cities.
No.
After the third wave, only the unlucky survived. These survivors of a virus that left only 3% of the world standing were there to face the fourth wave. The others became us, inhuman beings hiding behind human faces. And at the dawn of the fifth wave, we had to choose.
Chloe Grace Moretz.
Give up or get up and fight. But that was only the beginning. In these days, Earth's remaining survivors will need to take what's more important, saving ourselves or saving what makes us human. Rick Yancey's #1 New York Times best-selling novel, The Fifth Wave, introduces us to a group of young people struggling to survive in the aftermath of a catastrophic alien invasion. Its sequels, The Infinite Sea, and the newly released The Last Star, fallen through a series of battles and betrayals as they fight the ultimate war between life and death, hope and despair, love and hate. Entertainment Weekly calls the series remarkable, not to be missed under any circumstances, and urges fans to just read it. And USA Today hails this as a modern sci-fi masterpiece. The highly anticipated finale is here and will leave readers stunned. If you want to learn more about the Fifth Wave, guys, go to fifthwavebooks.com. One more time, that's fifthwavebooks.com. And thank you to them for being our sponsor
thank
today,
you.
letting us bring you all of this content for free every week.
I tried to do the Terminator with with my chest, and it started hurting a lot, so I stopped.
I mean, she's strong for yourself.
Yeah, I'm just too strong.
You're too strong in just like your biceps and your forearms, but like really weak in your
It's really weak
muscles.
in my chest area. Yeah. The Fifth Wave, that was with Chloe Grace Moretz.
Yeah. No, it's a book. It's a book.
It's a book. I know. But the movie.
But it's a book.
Yeah, but the movie's. But I'm saying that this is going to be great.
Yeah, it's a great book.
It's the same series.
Yeah.
As the book.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm doing something wrong
Let's
here.
move on.
Let's move on. All right, perfect. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that was book. No confusion there. So what happens is, I love the beginning of this movie where everyone is eating pizza, and it's like the most like pornographic pizza opening ever, where it's just like, because pizza, look, I'll show you, ladies and gentlemen. Pizza doesn't stretch like that. Look, that's how cheese does in real life.
That opening of the movie,
cheese clumps off and
that affected me in a way.
It ruined you
forever. Well, here's the thing: I grew up in New York, so
okay.
There is pizza like that. Not at Roy's Pizza, as the movie says, but at Ray's Pizza, you do get that glorious, that cheese, that's
what
pull.
it is.
But see, that's the thing. If I don't get that pull on pizza, that one when they pulled the slice up, that one shot has stuck with me.
It looked like
for years.
When I pulled this apart, it looked like when you're playing with like your niece or nephew, and they give you plastic pizza, and you're like nom nom nom. That's what it looked like. I just pulled off a plastic piece of cheese, but. It's delicious, and I appreciate you bringing it.
But yeah,
it's no Roy's Pizza.
I always wait for that pizza, that pull.
My hands are so greasy.
I know.
So, and I love that. Like I said, I love that the pizza delivery boy, Kino, is the only one who notices there's a full city block of people walking by, and no one notices these vans full of electronics with guys with pantyhose on their heads.
Look, man, those electronic stores shut down and move every day.
Exactly. Yeah, right. This was when Circuit City was popular and still going. So then I love that. Yeah, they come in and they fight these guys in the most dummied down for kids way possible. Like we said, the combat cold cuts, the acting like a bouncy clown. What are those called?
I don't know. They're like the punching bag clowns.
Yeah. And then where the like kind of lame Foot Clan guys. I don't even know if they're really the Foot Clan because
they're just robbers.
They're just robbers. But there's like 60 of them. I don't know why there's so many robbers.
I don't think the score is going to be big enough for all those guys.
Each person gets a VCR from this? What happens? So
VCRs were expensive.
Yeah, they
back
were.
in the 90s.
I remember my camcorder was like $800 when I got it, and VCRs were like $400. That's a PS4 now. So it's just so funny to me how like Donatello's going like this, and then he goes like bah, and the guy's like whoa, and then he just chases him off. It's just
he acts like he was surprised to find a turtle toy like chasing him, because they haven't been fighting 3 other turtles
for like
outside
7 minutes. And then I love the end where they're like, we'll package him up real nice for it. And you think they're going to tie him up or something. And it's just this lifeless dog pile with one guy hanging over top of him. And I think that's so funny to me. It's like, I can imagine like everybody's unconscious except the one dude that's on the bottom that's like, he's like Guy Pearce Ravenous, like, let me out of here. Do you remember, did you see Ravenous?
No.
It's great. He gets a bunch of dead bodies piled on him, drinks all their blood, and becomes more powerful because of it, and pushes his way out. It's cannibal.
Good thing the robbers didn't know about that.
Yeah, good thing they didn't, because they would have just started. All right, that got dark for the kids out there. It's fine. They're not listening anyway. And then now we get some classic turtle action after Paige Turco, which I already talked about. Holy moly, Paige Turco. She was a soap opera star, and she was the star of my heart back then. But we get classic turtle action when Donatello's trying to be cool with the other guys.
Yeah.
Right off the start. So can we play the clip of Donatello trying?
It's so sad.
It's T.
Primo Bros.
Turtle Rebecca!
Maxo Mundo.
Acapella! Perestroika?
What?
Okay, I got it. Frere Jacques.
He's not even trying now.
Frere
He's not even trying, Donatello.
No.
Give it up.
That's what's bad is he is trying, and I
give
can
it up.
I like that's the thing. That moment, I'm like, that was me.
Yeah, but you never were like Perestroika, Frere Jacques. It's like what? What a weird word association.
No,
was
I
he
totally
doing?
was like that. Guy's like, this random like smart people joke is really funny, and then people are like, I don't. What the
So you were the Donatello of your friends.
I was the Donatello. I think I wanted to be Mikey, but I was definitely Donatello.
I think I wanted to be Mikey, but I'm not moody or emotional enough to be Raphael. I'm not brave enough to be Leonardo, and I'm definitely not smart enough to be Donatello. So I'm Yosabio Jimbo? I'm the rabbit? No, he's too regal too. Who am I? I'm not Casey Jones. I'm no one in the Ninja Turtles. I've just realized
Kino.
this. If I was going to be anybody, it'd be Michelangelo minus the reckless abandonment. So, not Michelangelo. So I like that they're shacked up with April O'Neil, and I think it's so funny to me that they're like, the Foot Clan hasn't been able to find us. And it's like, no one has noticed Turtle, like even just happening to pass by with the lights on and see like a silhouette of a turtle, and then nobody's tipped off the Foot Clan. Or no one has thought to look in the one place to the one person they protected from the first movie.
Yeah, they're like, this person is connected to the Turtles. Maybe we should start there.
And then somebody goes, it's too obvious. That's what Tatsu said. Tatsu has no lines in this movie. He has like 3. He's the second-hand man to Shredder, and he just goes, we revive Foot. Yes, yes, that's it. So then Shredder comes back, right? So there's a lot of stuff with Shredder. They show the dump, which just looks like the backlot of like a studio, because it's a super obvious backdrop.
Oh yeah, they like the dump just has super high walls.
It's so funny. And there's like clearly like buildings and lights that aren't moving or aren't alive. It's like, this is more, you can't see it really, but we have backdrops here that are more realistic. Yeah, you can see it right here. That's more realistic. And then Shredder's hand comes out Sam Raimi style and clench. And then they're asking Shredder, like, what do you want to do? Do you want to take over the world? What do you want? And can we play the Shredder's revenge clip, please? This is all he says.
Next, Master, we rebuild the Foot? No. There is only one thing next. Revenge.
How great is Shredder's voice?
It's so perfect.
There's one part where right before that he goes, "I challenge." And when Renee, my wife, was walking by, she was like, "Is that Idris Elba from the Macklemore song?" Because it totally sounded like, "I challenge you to a dance-off. Dance-off." And it was like, it's so good, though. He has the perfect, hilariously ominous bad guy voice where it just works really well for this movie. It's so fun.
Yeah, I mean, when he's swearing revenge, it's just like... It just reminds me of like one time with dancing, when I was like somebody just like danced a girl away from me, and I just stood there brooding because I was the Donatello.
Yep.
I was just like, I just said right there underneath of it.
We rebuild the foot? No. There is only one thing next. Revenge.
You know, it's interesting. I worked at this local shoe store in the mall back in Ohio, and Payless Shoes opened up, and they closed us down, and we were called The Foot. And because it was and it wasn't like anything in reference to the Turtles. It was just, you put your foot in shoes. So we were like, the Foot Factory, I think is what we called ourselves. The Foot Factory.
Not the Foot Locker.
No, the Foot Factory. And then Foot Locker came in and even more would have decimated us. But Payless was first. And I remember when we were packing up the shoes and we were super sad, I looked at my manager and I was like, well, with Payless here, what are we going to do? Are we going to rebuild the Foot Factory? And this is what happened.
Next, Master. We rebuild the foot? No. There is only one thing next. Revenge.
And then they burned down that Payless, but I had nothing to do with that fire. I had nothing to do with it. It was all my master. It was weird that I called my boss.
Any prosecutors want to be clear?
Yep,
Ben was nowhere near there at the time. He has a solid alibi.
And that is a book. We want to be clear about those things.
So guys, I was engineering a show once, and I totally missed the sound drop, and you guys were talking about it, and you asked Zach, and you were like, Zach, what are we gonna do to Steven? Are we gonna forgive him for the fuck up? And Zach said,
there is only one thing next. Revenge.
You know what? Now that you dropped the first F-bomb, Steven, good job. Now it's a solid PG-13 as long as we don't swear more than once.
Just don't use your weapons, guys.
Combat Coconuts!
I just wanted to...
Or we could throw a pizza at somebody.
Yeah, like the pizza discs from the van. So then I love this construction site where they've been burying this ooze for years. And it's weird because the scientist becomes kind of a good guy at the end, but in the beginning... It really seems like he's just this environmental bastard who was like, what do we do with all this incredibly... Because you find out that the ooze was basically a mix of chemicals that went horribly awry and caused mutative properties to them. And so their goal was they just put them all in a truck and then drove them out somewhere and buried them.
Yeah.
Kind of like the E.T. Atari game. So the E.T. Atari game and the Secret of the Ooze share the same secret. They're both things that needed to be hidden and eventually got unearthed.
The secret was we had a very bad environmental plan. That was the secret of the ooze. They buried it out there, and then I guess they got caught.
Yeah, I guess so. And then they're like, "Oh, we're just trying to clean up. We want to pay for our mistakes."
So it seemed like he was like a good guy who's just like, we just don't want to get caught.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And then when he first was with Shredder, he seems like there's not a lot of resistance. He's like, yeah, I'll build your crazy animals.
Yeah, as soon as he's kidnapped by Shredder, he's like, okay, sure. There's no I shouldn't do this. This is dangerous.
This is a crime against science.
Nope. And then I love that so then they go, first off, we find out that he is doing something good, though. The scientist, I forget his name. Who cares? Random white scientist dude. He has all the ooze and he's disposing all of them. And then, of course, Exposition, he goes, Captain Exposition says, well, you're the only one left, aren't you? And then it's before he can dispose of the last one, which why didn't they just I guess because it was years ago. They didn't have a disposal process, but now they do.
Yeah. He built that very fancy machine.
Yep, that very fancy like paint spinning machine almost that you get at the Home Depot. Then Tatsu shows up with the foot, and he's like, and that means I'm gonna take this. Yeah. I just have to train. I had subtitles on for Tatsu just to understand what all his grunts meant.
I love this scene.
Oh, it's so good. Because then Donnie and them all the turtles come in and they do the hacking. And I don't know, did I get the hilarious hacker noises? I don't think I did that one.
No.
But it's so funny because it's typical 80s, like it looks like an Oregon Trail game up there. It's just like really crappy text, and then well, I can hack into the system maybe, and then it's like, and it's this hilarious There you go. There you go. That's, and then it's like, and just they lose everything, and then the ninjas attack, and they do another hilarious fight scene where they're like. I noticed that the Foot Clan just like stands around. They huddle at one point mid-fight scene. They go, "All right, guys, huddle up."
The entire sequence they treat like a football game.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It's so funny. They huddle up, and the Foot Clan just kind of stands there like. And then
like,
Tatsu's like, and they're like, "I don't know what means. Just tell us. Do you want me to attack them or not? Just say a word, and we'll follow you, Tatsu." Okay, I guess we attack him.
Look, this mask is very big. I got like fly eyes.
Yeah,
I can't see very well. You're gonna need to give me clear directions.
I have no peripherals in these. I have no peripherals at all. It's really distracting. They do a lot of standing around. Michelangelo headbutts the one holding the ooze. The ooze gets tossed around so much.
It's like, what would happen if it broke? Would you get like Megafoot?
They get Super Turtle. I mean, because he became Super Shredder. I think so.
It's be like a really itchy dude.
I thought you meant like an athlete's, like he'd get a super foot like an athlete. But I like the really, your power is really itchy, dude. And then finally, Tatsu gets the canister and he pulls up what looks like a giant jawbreaker and he says, "Ninja vanish." Can we play that? This is one of his only lines in the movie.
Ninja vanish!
And I love the sound of it. Can we play that again?
Ninja vanish!
I just love it. It's the least ninja thing that has ever been said. It's like, I am a ninja. I tell you exactly what I'm going to do before I do it.
Yeah.
Vanish.
Vanish, yeah. And then I love that a smoke bomb just makes the turtle, a smoke bomb that does like a 3-foot radius makes the turtles go,
Ninja vanish!
I can't see anything. Where'd they go?
You know, one time I was at...
I love this movie. Can I say that? I know we're ragging on it, but I love it. And every single thing that's so cheesy in this, I love about it. I have so much fun watching
it. It's so good.
It's so silly. Then when they're all hiding again, like in the first one, they're good at hiding, right?
Yeah.
They're like, he's like, one of them's up in the shower. In this one, they're terrible at hiding from the pizza boy, Kino, because he sees him right away, and then he steps on Raph's foot. And can we play the "Can I Hurt Him?" Because it's so funny.
Can I hurt him? Please. Tell me I can hurt him. Stay on. Take it easy. Please.
You know, it's
very violent.
I had that happen once before because I was at Dave & Buster's and I was playing that block stacking game, and it got all the way up to the mega prize, and I didn't get it, and I was like, "This is impossible! No one can do it!" And then this little kid came up right after me, and he just goes, mega prize, gets the 1,000 tickets, and then waves them in my face, and my friend had to hold me back because I was just going after this kid.
Please. Tell me I can hurt him. Stay on. Take it easy. Please.
Oh, I was so mad. I was so mad.
It's about right. Those children are vicious.
So that's how I feel like every time I get on Xbox Live, which is never, because I get my butt handed to me by these kids. I get on there and I'm trying. I'm playing Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I'm trying, and they do a super combo that takes out half my power, and I just yell into the microphone.
Can I hurt him? Please. Tell me I can hurt him. Stay on. Take it easy. Please.
And then I get reported to the parents board because I'm too violent.
You know, when I heard that Cam wasn't going to be here, I was like, well, okay, I got to fill in. But like Cam, you were supposed to be here. This is the Turtles. You cannot miss this. And I'm just like, I was like, Steven, you got to hold me back.
Can I hurt him? Please. Tell me I can hurt him.
Cam's not a fighter. Cam is not a fighter. He's a pacifist.
It's a good thing that he held me back.
Yeah, because that would have been bloody.
I know. I told Cam that you're gonna fight him and just
Ninja vanish!
and that's why he's not here.
I love that Kino faints when he sees Splinter, but not the Turtles. Because he's seen the Turtles already, so his brain is acclimated to that. But when Splinter comes out, he's like, "Oh, this is a whole new level of weird. I don't know what's going on." Everybody always faints when they see Splinter. It's hilarious to me. But now, can we play that? This is another awesome clip from Turtles, where all the good ones end in O, where they're introducing themselves to Kino, and Mikey gets classic Mikey. Oh, yeah. All the good ones end in O.
A.
I'm Leonardo. I'm Michelangelo.
Donatello.
I'm Raphael.
He's so proud.
All the good ones end in O.
I used to use that anytime I was around anyone with the same syllable, same consonant ending. Like if it was Ben, Jen, my other friend Ben, and then somebody like Mike. You're like, yeah, all the good ones end in N, and it just doesn't work.
And no one understands what you're referring
they're just
to.
like, well, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
What?
And then
They're not swearing.
and what the F? I kind of like not swearing.
No,
it's
what the
okay.
O?
What the O? All the good ones end in O. You know, it's do we have that separated? Probably not. No, it's okay. I was gonna make an orgasm joke, but it's fine. All the good ones end in O. Anyways, oh god.
I mean,
it's just easy. It's too easy. So now Kino,
when you're with four guys named
I just watched Zoolander 2 last night. Not good, but the whole Owen Wilson in love with his orgy group is so funny, and Kiefer Sutherland is the best part of that movie. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. Kiefer Sutherland is my hero. Jack Bauer.
weird aside.
So, yeah, super weird. You talked about it with four dudes. Anyway, so Kino decides to get recruited into the Foot Clan, and this is my favorite payoff ever. Because they, first, oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. So Raphael goes off and is a lone wolf again, because he's the Wolverine of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He's a little bit more moody. He's got a little bit more angst. In the first one, he has tons of angst. He says damn like 700 times in the first one. This one, they cut that out too.
Can't say that
They cut
anymore.
out Casey Jones. They cut out weapons. But they let Super Shredder be Super Shredder, then not fight. So there's like no violence in this movie. Thank you, parents. This movie's still great, but it would have been amazing if you hadn't ruined it.
To say about Super Shredder.
Super Shredder, I can't wait. We gotta hurry up to get to that. So then they find the new underground lair in the subway that Mikey just happens upon, which is fantastic to me. And then they call April O'Neil to say, "Hey, we found a new place." And Mikey, in typical Mikey fashion, gets a little flirty. Can we say hello, April? Hello, April.
April, it's Mikey. I'd just like to say hello. Would you give me that one?
I love that so much. Like, it's not even like, "Hey, bro, it's Raphael. I just want to say," he's actually just being himself. It's so, that's probably why I didn't date a lot in high school. Because I would be like, "Hello, it's Ben, moo moo moo," and I called up this girl that I was trying to go out with, and I was asking her mom. I was like, "Hey, April," I was asking for April, the girl I was going to go out with, to the mom, and she said she's not here right now, so I wanted to leave a message for her, and I said this.
I'd just like to say hello. Would you give me that one?
Yeah, it didn't, the mom was not really keen on that, and, it didn't go over so well. That was a long build-up to a shitty improv.
I got nothing on that one. I'm just like, I'm like, it is probably, you know what? There isn't. If I had to distill into one sound clip, the what I was like when I was trying to date on OkCupid, it would be me sounding like.
There is only one thing next. Revenge.
Good one, Steven. You made it up. You made up for it. You made up for the mess up earlier. I love it. So then, this is one of my favorite sound clips of the whole thing. Shredder makes these monsters, right? And it's in this weird shack that looks like it's cobbled together with garbage. And I'm like, how is this a scientific... How is the ooze not going to escape this clearly not sealed containment?
Yes.
It's like a shed that they just pour ooze in from a hose that just seemingly just sprays them.
Maybe the floor is like
like a moat.
it's tinfoil floor so that like it doesn't
Okay.
like go
Like
up.
when you cook salmon and you don't want it to get all over your pan, so you put it in.
it's
okay.
still open to the
It's
air.
like aluminum foil on a grill. I get it. I'll give them that. So then they come out and they're like, and Shredder's like, "I am your master," and they're like,
you found vicious creatures.
Mama. That's pretty much what Razor sounds like. And then Shredder's pissed, and the first thing, he comes storming out of this super scientific shed, and he yells the baby line. Can we play babies?
Babies! They're babies!
That's my favorite part at the end.
I was walking around a college campus recently.
Oh God, I
and
know.
it wasn't even on the campus. It was nearby, and it was just like in a bar. And I started flirting with this girl, and we're just talking for a while. And then I found out that she was born in 1995, and I just looked up, and I just shout,
Babies! They're babies!
and then I left in shame.
I could keep going with that one, but I want to get to Super Shredder because that's too good. That is what happens anytime you go on a college campus now. You're like, I'm old. whenever you go to like anytime I go out with any of my single buddies and we go to like a dance bar or something, I'm like, oh, I hate myself here. I'm the old man now.
You just look out at the crowd and
I'm the old
I just
weird.
like to say hello. Would you give me that?
And they're like, you're clearly married, dude. What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be at home watching Daredevil on Netflix? Yes, I should.
Ninja vanish.
And then I go home and watch it. That's what I do. So then I love that there's like this. So Kino gets recruited in by Danny Zuko, it looks like. He's like, hey, you guys want to join the Foot? It's going to be crazy. Hey, and maybe you get some summer loving.
the Foot has the weirdest recruiting policies.
Yeah. What was it? It was I forget what the recruitment was.
The recruitment was you have to martial arts battle in like a round robin where they just like throw random guys at you.
That's right.
And
I thought you meant
like,
what he said there, but yeah.
everything about it is just.
You ready for the test of your life? Okay. Yeah,
It's not like you make it in or we kill you. It's not like deathly or anything like that. It's like you either pass this test, you go home.
Yeah, and it's like, okay.
All right. Yeah,
all right. That seems like a pretty low risk.
It's not like when you pass this test, it will beat you. Like it's just like
it's not like you're getting jumped into a gangbang.
You can try it and then you go home. Maybe you try again tomorrow. Go and train a little bit, get some rest, eat a banana.
Yeah, we have like a 3 strikes policy, but then we let you come back like it's another inning. So don't worry about it. You can keep coming back. We're really loose here with rules because of the parents.
You strike out, you gotta wait about 6 months, and then you come back. There's a holding period. Gives you time to train.
Exactly.
You know? So I could recommend the dojo, and
so they do go through this training. He kicks the crap out of everybody, and then the best is like you said. There's the bells. And he's like, you have to remove the bells without making a sound. It's like the most intense game of Operation, and in secrecy. So they put another Ninja Vanish jawbreaker that's a smoke bomb.
Yeah.
And then Raphael comes out and
Raphael, not in like his trench coat hat disguise, which would have been a nice like, hey, first movie callback, or like hidden in any way.
Nope.
Which means the Foot also has terrible security. Like they're like, we have the final test for one person.
Yep.
Everyone get in here.
Exactly. And the funniest thing is he passes all these tests, and then like 3 seconds later he's found out. He passes. He finds out that they have Toka and Razor, and then it's like, hey, we found you. Let's fight. All right, let's get out of here.
And it seemed like the way it was cut, it seemed like they had just like Toka and Razor were just like in the back.
Yep.
So they like had already found the headquarters. Because like they didn't go anywhere. Like they went to the recruiting spot. Yeah, and the recruiting spot was 100 yards from the door where they were testing them.
You would think you would separate from the secret Ooze factory. You know, but then that's what happens is they get found by the Foot Clan. And then Tatsu and Shredder show up, and it's an epic 3-part growl. Can we play I think it's double growl or something? What did I call it?
You know, pal, if I had a face like yours, I'd try to make up for it with some sort of a personality.
Shredder.
So Tatsu goes, and Shredder goes,
Look, they grunt at each other.
Shredder, It's so good.
I think Toka and Razor have more lines than Tatsu.
I'm pretty sure. So then they come to save Raph. They find out where he is. Because Kino comes back and tells them they got Raph. So they go there. And they save him. They have this really silly fight with Toka and Razor where Toka and Razor just destroy him. And by destroy him, I mean pick him up and throw him away, which I always love when super powerful villains in movies pick up the hero, and instead of just pummeling him to death, are like, good, I finally caught you. Now get out of here. That happens in Terminator Salvation. That happens in like every movie ever made where they're like, ha-ha, ha-ha. That's all they do. It's so weird to me that it's just a common...
Titanic, too.
Yeah? What?
Wait, what? In Titanic?
Yeah, they're looking for the jewel the whole time. She takes it and just throws it away from her.
That's fantastic. Good one. Vanish! So...
That was what Rose was doing.
It's just like... that's what I said. I said, why doesn't Leo use his swords to cut the rope when because they get trapped in a net?
Yeah.
I'm like, use your sword to cut the rope. What are you doing? And then Splinter shows up, and I put... oh, God, I hate that I wrote this. Splinter was the original Katniss, I wrote. Why? Why?
Look, Splinter in these movies looks so so good.
He does. Even the turtles
all the
look really good.
CGI like that you could do whatever.
Yeah.
I think the turtles in new movies look pretty good.
Yeah, but Splinter
I hate the way this Splinter looks in the new movies.
looks so
Splinter in
good.
these movies, Splinter's just like that is what Splinter needs to look
Yep.
like. Give me more Muppet
Yep.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Splinter.
I would take these. Even though I do like some of the action sequences in the new ones, I would take practical mixed with CGI any day. I don't understand why they don't because animatronics have advanced so much since '91, and they look good still to me.
Yeah.
Not just from a nostalgia point of view, but because you're watching it and you're like, whoa, they have like Star Wars.
Because they talk, their eyes are still expressive. The mouths move perfectly. They were designed. I don't know if everybody knows that they were designed by the Jim Henson Company.
Yeah,
they're actually Muppets.
It's awesome. And same thing with the new Star Wars, how they used a lot of practical creatures where they could. And then I don't understand why Hollywood is so quick to just jump to everything CGI.
Michael Bay.
Pretty much, yeah. Say what you will, but it's all Michael Bay's fault. That's how Michael Bay directs, actually. That's how he directs. Yeah. So, Michael, what would you like me to do in this scene? Okay, I'll just ninja vanish. And then I like that. So they escape. They narrowly escape. And then they learn about the secret of the ooze from the scientists that they rescue as well in the escape. And we already talked about that, where it's basically a mishmash of chemicals that become a mutation thing. And then I wrote that Toka and Razor go on a rampage. Get it? Like the Nintendo game Rampage? Because that's what they do. It's literally like you're watching two of the characters from Rampage tear apart a city. And we have that clip, actually. Can we play Master Wanted Me to Have Fun?
Master, they have fun.
Whoa, Sophie. Some animals are knocking down the telephone pole. What do we do if they come over here?
Let them get their own cab.
That's such great 90s humor. Let them get their own cab.
And it's just like, it's perfect, like, New Yorker doesn't give a damn about anything.
Nope, screw them. It's not my neighbor. It's not my street. My street's over here, as long as they don't come over here.
We live a block over. I don't need
fine.
to do this.
So that's what
voice was that?
It hurts to Master says we. Whoever did that voice.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, and then the other one. Fun. Toka's eyes are terrifying in this movie because they don't really move. They're just kind of like...
His mouth doesn't really move that much either. Like, that's the thing. The animatronics on the turtles, on the faces, are great. But, like, especially...
It's so good, though.
On Toka, they're just like, his mouth is just like super underbite, too.
Yeah, he looks like the giant Muppet with the pink, like, it looks like a pink, pom-pom, the big one that's like, hey, guys. He looks like that. It's awesome, though. I love it. And I do wish that they used Bebop and Rocksteady instead of Toka and Razor. I don't know why they didn't just use characters from the comics. Or from the show, but maybe they were just being like, hey, we can maybe make some more toys that people will buy.
Yeah.
How much time we got left?
Like 3 minutes.
Oh, shit. Well, okay. I'm going to give you 5 minutes. So then they, anyways, what happens then is they get called out by Shredder, and Shredder's like, you're going to meet here at the same place we already fought. We're not going to move locations from our secret ooze lab. Nope, you're going to come back to the same place, fight again, Toka and Razor, and then they bring the anti-mutagen hidden in donuts. But, and they're worried it's not going to work, so can we play the Schwarzenegger clip, please?
Hey, is this gonna work?
Is like Schwarzenegger hard to spell?
It is, because every time I tried to spell it in while marking down the sound clip, it was spelled wrong.
Yeah, there's no T. There's
super
a Z. There's multiple G's, I believe.
In fact, when I was typing it real fast, it came out as SCCHWARNEGER, because I was just typing it real fast. It's super wrong, but I was typing it real fast. And then, so anyways, they do this big throwdown. They get knocked into a club
for no reason.
Vanilla Ice is there.
Why was there a club there?
It's so good. And can we play the ninja rap real quick? Because, he's feeling it. He just improv this.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's 4 words, and 2 of them are the same word. Go ninja, go ninja, go ninja, ninja, rap. It's a 4-word chorus, 2 same word. But
hey, that took some thought and like, not just like in the character, but the writers.
That's some freestyling right there.
Yeah.
hey, there's Ninja Turtles. They're fighting. What should we say? Go Ninja, go Ninja. I tried to learn that dance. I don't know if I know it anymore. So they defeat Toka and Razor, like I said, with the CO2 cartridges. But I want to get to Super Shredder because I know we're running out of time. He gets regular Shredder gets defeated by a keytar, by the way, being plugged into an amp and hitting a sweet note on that keytar.
Beware the keytar.
Beware the keytar. It gives you the perfect weapon for revenge. And the just speaker shoots him out onto the docks, where apparently he drank the last vial of Ooze. And this is my favorite part about Super Shredder. Super Shredder, not only does he become super, but his outfit becomes super. So like, did he drink it and then sprinkle the last half all over his clothes? And
no,
then they
it
were
just
like,
not only does it expand to fit his new giant body, there are extra knives on it. It does no sense.
Makes less sense than the Ginsu knives in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle reboot, where it's like, that made no sense.
I love they just shout it.
Yeah. Can we play? So then, how do we know it's Super Shredder? I don't know. Maybe the turtles can tell us.
It's a Super Shredder.
I remember when I was a kid, and they were like, "It's Super Shredder." I was like, "This is gonna be amazing!" And then, how did they defeat Super Shredder? They stand there while Super Shredder just hits pillars on the dock and goes, and then gets crushed by the dock and somehow dies.
He's crushed by. I mean, it's a massive amount of.
He got crushed by a garbage truck in the first one.
Yeah.
And the first one, when Casey Jones flips a switch and goes, "Oops," and it smashes him. That smashes you to this. How did he survive?
It's a Super Shredder.
He's always been Super Shredder.
I mean, look. Sometimes at the office, like you have to shred a lot of paperwork, and but I thought it was just a normal shred, and there's no way it could ever do any damage. But my tie got stuck in there, and as it's pulling me down,
Steven yelled from across the room,
help!
It's a Super Shredder.
Steven was like, "We just bought a Super Shredder." So I know we got to wrap this up, but so anyways, he dies from a dock falling on him. I'm guessing that's because of the parents. And then we get classic Cowabunga, where they're all celebrating. They're going down in the sewer, and they're trying to come up with words to describe how excited they are. And Mikey finds the perfect word. Can we play that?
Hey dudes, Cowabunga says it all. Cowabunga. Oh yeah.
Now, I can't think of a more perfect way to end this episode than Cowabunga.
I mean, there's only one way to go out of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
with a ninja
movie.
rap.
Oh, I was gonna say Splinter.
Oh yeah, Splinter. We will play that last clip. So the movie
this is how it ends
with Splinter making a joke.
Let them get their own.
No, Splinter funny.
Practice harder.
All right.
10 flips now. And remember, go Ninja, go!
Wait.
I made another funny.
We'll let this music keep playing under us while we go out today. His awesome 90s / really 80s sound right now. But yes, Splinter needs his own comedy hour. He is hilarious. So this sums up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Secret of the Ooze. Yes, we made fun of it, but it's all lovingly because
it's so good. Every joke that we made is like just out of pure adoration.
I love this movie.
This movie.
It's so silly in the best way. If you saw it when you were a kid, you're gonna watch it now and just crack up. If you are a kid, you're gonna crack up. It's great. I wish the new ones were more practical. But this has been Guilty Movie Pleasures this week. Where can they find you, Zach?
You guys can find me on Twitter at @ZachWilson. That's Zach with a CH.
At the Ben Begley. And also, my movie comes out next Tuesday, The Funhouse Massacre, June 7th. So you can pre-order it on Amazon. It's going to be Redbox. It's going to be on iTunes, VOD. Check it out. Add it to your wish list. Any little bit helps. And it's funhousemassacremovie.com at funhousemass. Until next week, what is your guilty movie pleasure?
Ninja vanish!
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
Views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.